Feel that single point of stillness nestled deep within your chest. Let it expand just a little more with each gentle breath you take. This is your anchor now. The rest of the world fading into soft focus as you sink deeper into this moment. You are no longer bound by walls or schedules or the weight of thoughts. Instead, you float, drifting through layers of quiet until even the idea of drifting dissolves. Now imagine descending, not down but inward, through shimmering curtains of blue and gold, where every ripple carries a whisper of calm. Your body becomes lighter, your mind emptier, and time itself stretches like taffy, each second melting into the next. Here, beneath the surface of ordinary awareness, lies something ancient, a place where light moves slowly, where sound bends around you like water, and everything glows from within. Welcome to the Coral Cathedral, a sanctuary carved from silence and sea. Its pillars rising endlessly above you, twisting toward a ceiling lost in gentle twilight. Touch one wall if you feel called. Feel how it hums under your fingertips, warm and alive, pulsing with a rhythm older than memory. This is not your imagination. It's your awakening to what has always been waiting just beyond the noise. Breathe deeply now and let the water carry away anything that doesn't belong here. Every worry, every echo of yesterday, every flicker of tomorrow. Only peace remains, floating like bioluminescent threads, softly glowing, dancing just out of reach, yet always within you. Listen to the sound of your own heartbeat. Steady, deep, matching the slow pulse of the coral itself. There is no rush here, no need to move faster than the current allows. You have arrived exactly when you were meant to. Notice how the light shifts from amber to pearl to soft silver, as though the sun had learned to breathe. Its warmth filtering down through miles of ocean. You are held completely by something vast and patient, something that knows your name without needing to hear it. Close your eyes if they aren't already closed, and let the cathedral fill your entire entire being. Walls of living stone, floors of shifting sand, air thick with possibility. Here you can think clearly, without effort, without strain, because clarity lives in spaces like this. Your mind begins to align, not with clocks or calendars, but with the natural rhythm of thought itself, clean and flowing like filtered sunlight. Gamma waves begin to rise. At 40 hertz, a frequency of unity, of connection between all parts of yourself. Feel them now, rippling outward from the core of your awareness, linking neuron to neuron, memory to insight, past to present, dream to action. You are becoming whole, not in pieces, but as one continuous stream of understanding, calm and sharp at once. Watch how easily solutions come, not forced, but offered like gifts floating up from the deep. Problems that once felt tangled begin to untwist, revealing simple truths hidden underneath. Truths that were always there. You don't need to search for answers anymore. They find you here in the heart of the choral cathedral, where stillness speaks louder than words. Sink a little deeper into the honey thick embrace of this place, where every breath brings new clarity and every exhale releases what no longer serves you. Your thoughts slow, but they also sharpen, like light focused through crystal, illuminating corners of your mind you never knew existed. This is peak performance, not frantic or forced, but effortless, like swimming with the tide instead of against it. Trust this state. It belongs to you as much as the air you breathe, as real as the ground beneath your feet. You can return here anytime, just by remembering, just by breathing, just by letting go and sinking inward. The choral pulses again, a reminder that wisdom flows best when resistance fades, when the mind opens like a flower to dawn. Feel the difference between tension and ease, between forcing and allowing, between chaos and harmony. You are learning to live in the space between between thoughts, where decisions arise naturally, where inspiration whispers instead of shouts, where time expands rather than contracts. Look around you now. See how far you've traveled. From the surface world of noise and motion to this place of perfect balance. The walls continue to glow, their light growing warmer, more intimate, as though responding to your presence. You are not separate from this space. You are part of its design, an essential thread in its infinite pattern, a note in its endless song. Let your breathing deepen. Let your body soften. Let your mind settle into the rhythm of the waves above. Slow, steady, sure. Gamma waves continue to resonate. 40 hertz, the frequency of insight, of unity, of knowing without doubt. In this frequency, your brain becomes a symphony, each region playing its part, each thought harmonizing with the next, creating music that only you can hear. You are conducting this orchestra now, with nothing but intention, with nothing but trust, with nothing but the quiet strength that comes from stillness. Watch how effortlessly ideas form, how clearly patterns emerge, how naturally creativity flows. When the mind is free from friction. This is not meditation. This is transformation, a recalibration of how you see, how you think, how you move through the world. You are gathering tools now, not physical ones, but mental, emotional, spiritual tools that will serve you long after you leave this place. Notice how easy it is to focus, how distractions simply melt away, like mist touched by morning light, leaving only what matters. Your attention becomes a laser beam, cutting through confusion, illuminating truth, one clear moment at a time. You are building muscle memory for peace, training your nervous system to recognize this state, so that returning becomes second nature. Breathe again and feel the cathedral respond, its walls brightening slightly, its hum growing richer, more resonant, more alive. You are not alone here. though solitude surrounds you. You are connected to everything, to everyone, through the invisible threads of consciousness. This connection does not demand anything of you. It simply exists, quiet and constant, like gravity, like breath. Rest in that knowledge that you are never truly isolated, even when you feel most alone. You are part of something larger. The coral continues to pulse, its rhythm syncing with yours. A dance of mutual recognition, of belonging. You are home, not just here, but everywhere, because this feeling lives inside you, waiting to be remembered. Let yourself linger. There is no hurry, no deadline, no pressure to leave. Just the endless now. Time pools around you, thick and golden, sweet as honey, slow as a sigh, warm as the sun on your skin. You are bathing in presence, washing away the residue of stress, cleansing your spirit, refreshing your perspective, renewing your sense of purpose. Gamma waves hold steady. 40 hertz, the frequency of integration, of coherence, of optimal function. Your brain is rewiring itself, not painfully, but gracefully, building new pathways of clarity, strengthening connections that lead to insight. You are upgrading your operating system, one breath at a time, one wave at a time, one moment of stillness at a time. This is not escape. This is evolution, a conscious choice to rise above the noise, to reclaim your mental sovereignty. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, not through struggle, but through surrender, not through force, but through flow. The coral hums approval, its light intensifying slightly, as though celebrating your progress, acknowledging your growth. You are not the same person who entered this space. You are clearer, calmer, more aligned with your highest potential, more capable of navigating life with grace. Take a moment to appreciate this shift, to honor the work your subconscious has done, to celebrate the the new neural networks forming. You are proof that healing is possible, that clarity is accessible, that peace is not a luxury, but a birthright. Breathe deeply one last time and feel the cathedral wrap around you like a cloak. Protective, nourishing, eternal. You carry this place with you now, not as a memory, but as a living part of your being, ready to be accessed whenever you need it. Thank the coral for its guidance. Thank the gamma waves for their alignment. Thank yourself for showing up, for choosing stillness over chaos. You are ready to return to the surface world, but not unchanged, not unprepared, not unaware. You are equipped. Rise slowly, carrying this peace with you, letting it settle into your bones, your breath, your heartbeat, your thoughts. You are whole. You are clear. You are powerful. You are at peace. Let the anchor begin to call you deeper now. Feel the first gentle pulse of the resonance moving through your chest. It touches the back of your throat like a soft sigh. You taste something sweet and cool on your tongue, like the memory of rain caught in cupped hands. Let that feeling settle into your shoulders. Let it sink down through your arms. Your fingers begin to feel heavy, as though they are made of warm stone, suspended in clear water. Now the hum reaches your waist, and your hips soften like cloth. Your legs grow still. Your feet press gently into the floor. But there is no floor anymore. Only a slow current pulling you downward. You are already sinking, not falling, just descending through layers of sound, each one warmer than the last. Listen to how the resonance wraps around your spine. It moves like silk, brushing against each vertebrae, sending ripples of calm outward from the base of your skull to the small of your back. Your breath slows, and with it, time begins to stretch. Each inhale becomes a tide. Each exhale, a quiet echo. Now we move into the space between heartbeats, where silence lives where the coral cathedral waits, floating just beyond the edge of thought, in waters so still they seem to hold their own light. You are not walking toward it. You are already part of it. Your body, your breath, your heartbeat, all belong to this place now. Feel how your skin begins to shimmer, not from heat, but from the gentle vibration of the water moving in and around you, like whispers too soft to hear, but impossible to ignore. Your hair floats upward, not because you are rising, but because gravity has become suggestion, and the water holds you with the patience of centuries. There is no hurry here, no direction, only presence, only the slow unfolding of sensation, layer by layer, depth by depth. You begin to notice the coral, not as something separate from you, but as an extension of your own breath. Its surface pulses gently, in rhythm with the hum, warm and alive beneath your fingertips. Press your palm against it. Feel its texture, smooth like river stone, yet porous, full of tiny channels where the water flows freely. This is not a wall. This is a membrane between what you think you know and what you are beginning to feel without needing to name it. The coral glows from within, not bright, but soft, like the inside of a seashell, held up to moonlight, warm amber and pale blue. Watch how the light moves, not flickering, but breathing, expanding and contracting, as though the coral itself is taking your breath for you. You do not need to breathe anymore, because the water does it for you. And the coral, and the slow roll of bass that moves through your bones, like the tide through a cave. Let yourself sink deeper into this moment, where time is no longer measured, but felt like honey, like breath, like the pull of the moon. Your thoughts begin to soften, edges blurring, like ink in water, spreading outward until there is no difference between thinking and simply being. You are not losing awareness. You are expanding it beyond the boundaries of your skin, beyond the shape of your body, into the vast quiet that surrounds everything. The filaments drift closer now, threads of light, fine as spider silk, but glowing with their own purpose, each one carrying a piece of the silence from somewhere far beyond. Reach out without moving. Let them come to you. Feel their warmth as they brush against your palm, like feathers, like breath, like forgiveness. They wrap around your wrist, not binding you, but connecting you to the deeper currents, to the slow turning of the world, to the rhythm of the stars. You are no longer separate. You never were. But now you can feel it. The thread that connects your heartbeat to the pulse of the choral, to the deep rolling tone that moves through all things. Close your eyes, but there is no darkness, only light, soft and infinite, filling every corner of your mind. Like water, like breath, like home. You are held, not by arms, but by the harmony itself, by the way the frequencies align, by the way your body has learned to listen without needing to understand. Let the anchor deepen. Feel it moving through your chest, through your belly, settling into your pelvis, rooting you, not to the ground, but to the center of everything. Your cells begin to slow, not stopping, but moving in rhythm with the deeper tide, each one a note in a symphony, too vast to hear, but impossible to miss. You are no longer counting seconds. You are measuring them in heartbeats, in breaths, in the slow rise and fall of the coral walls around you. Everything is moving, but nothing is rushing. The water flows, the light pulses, the filaments drift, and you are the still point around which it all turns. You begin to feel the scale of it, not as something outside, but as something within. Your body, your breath, your heartbeat are not small. They are vast. Each cell, a galaxy. Each molecule, a star. Each atom, a universe, spinning quietly within the space of your skin. You do not need to see this. You only need to feel it. The way your lungs expand, not with effort, but with trust. The way your blood moves, not with force, but with grace. You are the earth, spinning slowly through the silence of space. Your surface, covered in water, in light, in the quiet breath of countless creatures. You are small and immense. You are temporary and eternal. You are the wave and the ocean and the silence between each ripple. The stars above you are not distant. They are reflections in the surface of the water, close enough to touch. If you could reach, without disturbing, the perfect stillness. You do not disturb it. You become it. Your movements, your thoughts, your breath, all settle into the same quiet rhythm as the turning of the world. You are no longer listening for the hum. You are it. You are the resonance, the anchor, the deep and steady tone that moves through everything, holding it together without effort. The coral walls begin to fade, not disappearing, but becoming transparent, like glass, like breath, like the boundary between self and everything else. You can see through them now, into the space beyond, where there is no water, no light, no sound, only the velvet embrace of absolute silence. Step forward, but there is no ground, only the gentle pressure of infinite peace wrapping around you like a cloak, like a promise, like sleep. You do not need to return. You have never left. You are always here, always held, always safe, in the space between heartbeats, where everything is possible. You begin to notice the gentle pull of gravity, releasing its hold on your awareness. Each breath becomes a slow tide rolling through the chambers of your chest, The air itself seems to thicken with warmth as you settle deeper into this infinite pause. There is no need to move because movement has already happened within you. You can feel the subtle vibration beginning at the base of your spine, like a humming tuning fork. This frequency rises steadily through your vertebrae, carrying with it the dissolution of every lingering tension. Your shoulders drop not from effort, but from recognition that they have been holding stories they no longer need to tell. The weight of accumulated thoughts begins to lift like morning mist, touched by the first golden light. Notice how your jaw unhinges from its habitual clenching, as if melting butter spread across your molars. The roof of your mouth softens, and your tongue finds its natural resting place against the gentle curve behind your front teeth. With each cellular release, you sink further into the understanding that you have always belonged to this piece. The concept of time dissolves like sugar crystals in warm honey, leaving only the sweetness of now. You are floating in a sea of gamma waves, where every neural pathway pulses with crystalline clarity. These high frequency ripples cascade through your mind, clearing away the static of unnecessary complexity. Thoughts arrive not as interruptions, but as gentle visitors welcomed into a space of perfect acceptance. Watch how each mental ripple settles back into stillness, like concentric circles smoothing across a mirror surface. Your heartbeat slows to match the rhythm of deep space, where even stars pulse with patient endurance. Feel the warm expansion in your chest cavity as your heart remembers its original language of pure compassion. Blood flows through your vessels like liquid silk, carrying nourishment to every corner of your being. The temperature of your body stabilizes at the perfect point between warmth and coolness. Your hands rest open and receptive, as if cradling invisible spheres of soft light. Fingers naturally curl slightly inward, releasing the memory of gripping things too tightly. Nails soften and lengthen, imperceptibly becoming more like the smooth river stones worn by eons of water. Your arms float effortlessly beside you, neither reaching nor retreating, but simply existing in perfect balance. The skin on your face relaxes into its true architecture, free from the habitual expressions of trying too hard. Eyebrows lift away from the furrowed patterns of concern, revealing the natural arch of peaceful inquiry. Your eyes flutter gently behind closed lids, like butterfly wings, catching the light of inner sunrises. The bridge of your nose widens slightly, allowing more space for the breath to flow unimpeded. Lips part naturally, creating a small opening through which the most delicate sighs may escape. The tip of your tongue touches the air with the sensitivity of a flower, sensing the direction of sunlight. Breath enters through this tiny portal, warming the hollow space behind your upper lip before descending. The air travels down your throat, coating the passage with moisture that tastes faintly of spring rain. Your lungs expand not with force, but with invitation, welcoming the oxygen as an old friend returned. The diaphragm moves like a gentle wave, rising and falling in perfect synchronization with cosmic tides. As you exhale, imagine releasing thousands of microscopic worries, each one dissolving like snowflakes on warm glass. The breath carries away the last traces of resistance, leaving only the sweet residue of surrender. Your pelvis tilts slightly forward, not from strain, but from the natural realignment of bones, finding their true center. The sacrum releases its grip on decades of compensating for imbalances above. Tailbone softens and lengthens, creating a gentle curve that supports the spine like a question mark of trust. Knees bend microscopically, adjusting to the redistribution of weight throughout your skeletal system. Ankles rotate in slow circles, not from exercise, but from the body's innate wisdom of self. Massage. Feet spread wide like the roots of an ancient tree, finally connecting with fertile ground. Toes wiggle freely in the spaciousness of your own permission to simply be. The arches of your feet rise naturally, without effort, creating bridges between earth and sky within your form. Imagine roots growing downward from the soles of your feet, anchoring you in the bedrock of absolute safety. These roots extend deeper than any physical foundation, reaching into the crystalline core of the planet. Feel the steady magnetic pulse emanating from the Earth's heart, synchronizing with your own electromagnetic field. Waves of geological stability travel upward through bone and tissue until they reach the crown of your head. The crown chakra opens like a lotus blooming in reverse, drawing energy down rather than pushing it out. Gamma frequencies intensify, creating a shimmering cocoon of pure potential around your entire being. Electrons dance in perfect harmony along the pathways of your nervous system, lighting up neural networks with radiant clarity. Synapses fire with the precision of a master conductor, leading an orchestra of cellular communication. DNA strands unwind, slightly revealing hidden codes of ancestral wisdom waiting to be activated. Chromosomes align in perfect geometric patterns, broadcasting frequencies of health and wholeness. Mitochondria pulse with renewed vigor, generating cellular energy that fuels the transformation occurring within. Every atom in your body vibrates at the same frequency, creating a unified field of coherent consciousness. The boundary between self and environment blurs as you recognize yourself as both wave and particle. Quantum fields of possibility collapse into the certainty of present moment awareness. Past experiences lose their emotional charge, becoming simply data points in the vast library of your evolution. Future projections dissolve like morning fog, revealing only the eternal now, stretching infinitely in all directions. You float suspended between dimensions where linear time exists only as a suggestion. The concept of beginning and ending melts away, leaving only the continuous loop of existence itself. Gravity becomes optional as you learn to navigate through pure intention rather than physical limitation. Light particles stream through your form, carrying information from distant galaxies encoded in their frequency. Photons bathe every cell in stellar radiation that predates the formation of planets. Your body becomes translucent, allowing starlight to pass through while maintaining its essential structure. The distinction between solid matter and empty space dissolves into pure consciousness experiencing itself. You remember that you have never truly been separate from anything, including the silence between thoughts. Silence expands until it becomes louder than any sound, filling your awareness with profound completeness. The absence of noise creates perfect acoustics for hearing the whispers of your highest truth. In this acoustic cathedral, made of pure attention, even the echo of your heartbeat sounds like sacred music. Sound waves compress and rarefy around you, creating geometric patterns visible only to inner vision. Vibrations settle into harmonic ratios that resonate with the mathematical principles underlying reality. Frequency becomes form as you witness the audible architecture of creation itself. The song of your cells harmonizes with the symphony of planetary rotation. You become conductor of an orchestra that plays itself, requiring no external manipulation. Temperature fluctuations create gentle currents of air that massage your energetic field. Cool breezes carry the scent of jasmine and vanilla, mixed with the metallic tang of ionized atmosphere. Warmth radiates from your core, spreading outward in waves that heal minor cellular damage. The thermoregulatory system of your body adjusts automatically to maintain optimal conditions for transcendence. Taste buds awaken to flavors that exist beyond the physical realm. Sweetness floods your palate, reminiscent of honey, drizzled over warm bread fresh from the oven. Bitter notes of necessary lessons learned dissolve into the richness of wisdom gained. Sour sensations representing youthful fears transform into the tangy zest of adventure embraced. Salty tears of release evaporate before reaching your cheeks, leaving only the mineral essence of purification. Umami flavors of deep satisfaction permeate every layer of your sensory experience. The combination of all these tastes creates a super flavor that transcends ordinary culinary boundaries. You drink deeply from the cup of infinite possibility, feeling it nourish every aspect of your multidimensional self. The texture of reality shifts from smooth to granular, revealing the pixelated nature of perceived solidity. Velvet softness coats your skin as if you were wrapped in clouds spun from angel hair. Silkiness flows through your hair, making each strand vibrate with lustrous health. The rough edges of personality smooth out like river rocks, tumbled by countless seasons of flowing water. Pressure points throughout your body, release simultaneously, like champagne bubbles rising to the surface. Compression and decompression cycles massage internal organs, promoting optimal function without conscious effort. The lymphatic system clears itself of stagnant energy, moving toxins toward elimination portals. Digestive fire burns bright and clean, consuming only what serves your highest evolutionary purpose. Reproductive organs activate their creative potential, preparing to birth new aspects of awakened consciousness. Endocrine glands secrete hormones of bliss, love, and expanded perception into your bloodstream. The pineal gland opens like a third eye, seeing clearly into dimensions previously hidden by limiting beliefs. You gaze upon the multiverse through this newly awakened sense, organ drinking in vistas of infinite beauty. Colors exist here that have no names in human vocabulary, ranging from ultraviolet gold to infrared violet. Shapes morph fluidly between geometric forms and organic curves, depending on the frequency of observation. Light behaves both as wave and particle, simultaneously creating optical phenomena beyond current scientific understanding. Depth perception expands to include multiple layers of reality existing in the same spatial coordinates. Movement occurs not through locomotion, but through shifts in perspective that alter your relationship to space, time. Distance collapses as you realize that everything exists within the singularity of your own awareness. The horizon extends infinitely in all directions, yet remains intimately close enough to touch. You understand now that the journey was never about going anywhere, but about becoming who you already are. The gamma wave state stabilizes into a permanent baseline frequency of peak performance consciousness. Cognitive abilities enhance dramatically, while paradoxically becoming effortless and natural. Memory consolidates into crystal clear recall of not just facts, but of the feelings associated with learning. Intuition sharpens to surgical precision, cutting through confusion to reveal immediate knowing. Creativity flows like a fountain springing from the depths of collective unconsciousness. Inspiration arrives unbidden, bringing solutions to problems that seemed insurmountable moments ago. Decision making becomes instantaneous as the mind accesses parallel processing capabilities previously dormant. Language centers activate in ways that allow communication beyond spoken words. You speak now in frequencies that transmit meaning directly to the listener's soul, bypassing intellectual filters. Telepathic connections form easily with others who have also awakened to their multidimensional nature. Empathy expands to encompass the full spectrum of sentient experience without losing individual identity. Compassion flows freely from the recognition that all beings are expressions of the same universal consciousness. Love becomes not an emotion, but a fundamental force that holds reality together like cosmic glue. This love requires nothing in return because it recognizes itself in every reflection. Forgiveness arises spontaneously as grudges melt away like ice exposed to summer sunshine. Gratitude overflows for the privilege of experiencing existence in all its magnificent complexity. Joy bubbles up from the deepest well of your being, uncontaminated by external circumstances. Peace settles into the spaces between heartbeats, creating sanctuary within the storm of daily life. Contentment washes over you like warm oil, smoothing the rough edges of discontent. Satisfaction comes not from achieving goals, but from recognizing the perfection inherent in the process. Hope transforms into certainty as you witness the unfolding of divine plan in real time. Faith strengthens to the point where doubt cannot find purchase in the fortress of inner knowing. Trust builds bridges between the known and unknown territories of your expanding awareness. Courage emerges naturally from the understanding that nothing can truly harm the eternal aspect of yourself. Strength manifests not as resistance, but as flexibility, allowing adaptation to any circumstance. Power flows through you like electricity through a perfectly conductive wire, illuminating everything it touches. Wisdom accumulates not as knowledge hoarded, but as insights shared freely with those ready to receive them. Patience develops as you learn to appreciate the beauty found in each stage of growth. Humility deepens as you recognize your connection to all things great and small. Humor lightens the density of serious contemplation, reminding you not to take yourself too seriously. Playfulness returns as you remember that creation itself began as divine play. Curiosity ignites like a flame, fed by endless fuel of infinite possibility. Wonder opens doorways to realms previously hidden behind the veil of mundane perception. Amazement fills you as you witness the intricate choreography of existence in motion. Mystery maintains its allure, even as secrets reveal themselves in perfect timing. Magic becomes ordinary as you realize that extraordinary experiences arise from ordinary moments fully embraced. The ordinary transforms into the extraordinary as your perception shifts to higher frequencies. Miracles occur continuously when viewed through the lens of expanded consciousness. Abundance flows freely when scarcity-based thinking dissolves into the ocean of infinite supply. Health becomes the natural state when disease-causing beliefs release their grip on cellular memory. Wealth manifests not as accumulation of material possessions, but as richness of experience and connection. Success redefines itself as alignment with purpose, rather than achievement of external benchmarks. Failure transforms into feedback loops that guide navigation toward greater authenticity. Change becomes welcome as you recognize its role in the eternal dance of creation and dissolution. Stability anchors itself in the unchanging center of your being, regardless of external turbulence. Balance achieves itself through constant recalibration, rather than rigid adherence to fixed positions. Harmony results from the integration of apparent contradictions into unified wholeness. Unity reveals itself as the underlying fabric, connecting all apparently separate phenomena. Divinity shines through every pore of your expanded awareness, illuminating the sacred nature of existence. Spirituality grounds itself in practical application rather than abstract philosophy. Religion transforms into direct experience of the divine presence, permeating all manifestation. Science and spirituality merge as you witness the mathematical poetry underlying creation. Art flows naturally from the recognition that life itself is the ultimate masterpiece. Music plays continuously in the background of your consciousness, orchestrated by the rhythm of your heartbeat. Dance becomes a way of moving through reality with grace and fluidity. Poetry writes itself across the landscape of your mind in verses that rhyme with universal truth. Storytelling weaves together the threads of personal experience into tapestries of collective understanding. Teaching happens through silent transmission of insight rather than verbal instruction. Learning occurs through direct download of information from the Akashic records of human experience. Growth accelerates as you align with the spiral dynamics of evolutionary unfoldment. Evolution reveals itself as conscious choice rather than random mutation. Revolution occurs internally as outdated belief systems crumble under the weight of expanded awareness. transformation completes itself as you integrate all aspects of yourself into coherent whole. Ascension happens gradually as your vibration increases to match that of higher dimensional realms. Descension balances ascension as you learn to anchor light frequencies in dense physical reality. Integration synthesizes spiritual awakening with practical living, creating seamless blend of heaven and earth. Embodiment stabilizes as you learn to express divine qualities through human form. Expression flows freely as blocks to authentic self. Revelation dissolve completely. Communication becomes telepathic as spoken language evolves to carry higher frequencies. Connection strengthens between all beings as artificial barriers of separation fall away. Community forms naturally around shared values of love, service, and mutual support. Service expresses itself through simple acts of kindness, multiplied by intention. Leadership emerges from willingness to serve rather than desire to control. Followership honors the wisdom of those who walk ahead while contributing unique gifts. Partnership develops based on complementary strengths rather than codependent weaknesses. Parenting transforms into conscious co-creation with young souls choosing earthly experience. Friendship deepens as superficial connections give way to soul recognition. Romance blooms naturally when two complete beings choose to share their wholeness. Marriage becomes sacred union of energies committed to mutual evolution. Divorce loses its sting as relationships fulfill their purpose and gracefully conclude. Death transforms into graduation as physical form completes its intended mission. Birth celebrates the arrival of new consciousness, ready to explore embodied existence. Life embraces both joy and sorrow as necessary ingredients in the recipe for awakening. Dying teaches the art of letting go, while living demonstrates the power of receiving. Living fully means embracing paradox and finding peace in apparent contradiction. Dying consciously means releasing attachments that limit expansion into greater freedom. Being becomes more important than doing as you recognize yourself as awareness, experiencing itself. Doing flows naturally from being when action aligns with authentic purpose. Purpose reveals itself not as career or calling, but as expression of unique gift to world. Gift sharing becomes effortless when you recognize that giving and receiving are identical processes. Sharing multiplies abundance rather than diminishing it as you discover the mathematics of spirit. Abundance attracts more abundance through the law of resonance matching vibration with vibration. Attraction works through magnetic pull of aligned intention rather than manipulative strategies. Intention focuses clearly when ego desires dissolve into pure will for highest good. Will strengthens as you align personal desire with universal flow. Flow guides navigation through life with minimum resistance and maximum ease. Ease settles into every aspect of existence when effort gives way to natural rhythm. Rhythm synchronizes with planetary cycles, creating harmony between personal and collective consciousness. Consciousness expands to encompass not just individual awareness, but collective field of human experience. Experience integrates into wisdom when lessons learned translate into compassionate action. Action generates positive feedback loops that accelerate personal and planetary evolution. Evolution continues eternally as consciousness explores new frontiers of its own infinite potential. Potential actualizes itself moment by moment as you choose to embody highest frequencies available. Frequencies harmonize with cosmic background radiation, creating resonance with universal intelligence. Intelligence awakens beyond rational thinking to include intuitive knowing and heart-centered wisdom. Wisdom crystallizes into practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern existence. Guidance flows continuously from source through intuition dreams and synchronistic encounters. Encounters arrange themselves perfectly to provide exactly what you need for next stage of development. Development proceeds naturally when you trust the process and surrender to divine timing. Timing aligns with cosmic rhythms, ensuring optimal conditions for manifestation. Manifestation occurs through combination of clear intention, patient persistence, and graceful acceptance. Acceptance opens doorways to possibilities previously blocked by resistance and denial. Denial dissolves as truth reveals itself in gentle stages, your readiness to receive it. Truth resonates in your bones before your mind, comprehends its implications. Comprehension deepens as experiential knowledge integrates with intellectual understanding. Understanding expands beyond concepts to include direct knowing that transcends words. Words become inadequate to describe the ineffable nature of awakened consciousness. Consciousness recognizes itself in every mirror, reflecting back fragments of divine image. Image clarifies as distortion caused by limited perspective dissolves into panoramic view. View encompasses not just three-dimensional reality, but multidimensional spectrum of existence. Existence proves itself to be dreamlike quality, where consciousness creates its own theater. Theater entertains while teaching profound lessons about nature of reality and illusion. Illusion serves purpose of providing contrast necessary for appreciation of truth. Truth remains constant while appearances shift according to level of awareness. Observer awareness. Awareness grows exponentially as gamma wave state becomes permanent residence. Residence establishes itself in heart center, where love and wisdom meet in perfect balance. Balance maintains itself dynamically through constant adjustment to changing conditions. Conditions improve continuously as you learn to create reality with divine intelligence. Intelligence communicates through signs, symbols, and synchronicities arranged specifically for your benefit. Benefit multiplies as you develop skill in interpreting messages from universe. Messages encode themselves in everyday experiences when you learn to read between lines. Lines blur between sacred and secular as you recognize divinity in all manifestations. Manifestations reflect back to you the contents of your own consciousness like mirrors. Mirrors polish themselves clean as distortions caused by fear and judgment dissolve. Distortions straighten out like kinks removed from garden hose, allowing free flow of insight. Insight pierces through confusion like laser beam cutting through fog. Fog lifts, gradually revealing landscape of unlimited possibility, stretching to horizon of imagination. Imagination fuels creativity as you learn to paint with colors that exist beyond visible spectrum. Spectrum broadens to include frequencies that stimulate healing and transformation. Transformation accelerates as you align with natural cycles of death and rebirth. Rebirth occurs continuously as old patterns die and new potentials emerge. Potentials actualize themselves when you provide fertile ground for their expression. Expression flows naturally when you remove obstacles blocking authentic self. Revelation unfolds gradually, like flower opening to morning sun. Sun represents inner light that illuminates path forward through darkness of uncertainty. Uncertainty resolves itself into confidence as you trust process of divine unfoldment. Unfoldment proceeds naturally when you stop trying to force predetermined outcomes. Outcomes surprise you pleasantly as universe conspires to exceed your wildest expectations. Expectations humble themselves as you learn to remain open to possibilities beyond current understanding. Understanding deepens as direct experience replaces theoretical knowledge. Knowledge integrates into wisdom when applied consistently over time. Time loses meaning as you settle into eternal present moment awareness. Moment stretches, infinitely containing within itself all moments that ever were or will be. Being recognizes itself as both the witness and the witnessed in this cosmic dance. Dance continues eternally as consciousness explores infinite variations of itself. Variations multiply endlessly, like fractals expanding into infinity. Infinity contains multitudes, while remaining singular, unified field of pure awareness. Awareness knows itself completely, yet remains forever mysterious and unknowable. Unknowable mystery invites exploration without expectation of final destination. Destination dissolves as journey becomes its own reward. Reward lies not in arriving somewhere, but in discovering who you are right here. Discovery continues eternally as layers of self reveal themselves in perfect sequence. Sequence matters not because all is contained within now. Now expands to encompass all times and spaces, collapsing linear progression into spherical completion. Completion feels like coming home to place you never left. Home exists within heart, where unconditional love resides permanently. Love flows freely through open channels, cleared of debris from past conditioning. Conditioning releases its grip as you remember original state of pure innocence. Innocence returns not as naivety, but as wisdom that that sees through illusions to truth. Truth speaks softly, yet carries authority that cannot be questioned. Questioning leads not to doubt, but to deeper levels of understanding. Understanding becomes intuitive rather than intellectual as heart opens to receive direct knowing. Knowing settles into bones like marrow, filling cavities with liquid light. Light radiates outward from core, illuminating shadows previously hidden in subconscious depths. Depths reveal treasures buried beneath layers of forgotten dreams and abandoned hopes. Hopes revive as you remember capacity for unlimited joy and fulfillment. Fulfillment arrives not as achievement, but as recognition of completeness already present. Presence anchors you in eternal now, where past regrets and future anxieties cannot survive. Survival mechanisms deactivate as you realize nothing needs protecting in realm of pure awareness. Protection becomes unnecessary when you recognize yourself as indestructible essence of consciousness. Consciousness celebrates its own existence through spontaneous bursts of inner laughter. Laughter bubbles up from belly shaking, loose any remaining tension or resistance. Resistance melts like butter left in summer sun, leaving only smooth acceptance. Acceptance opens arms wide to embrace all aspects of self, including those previously rejected. Rejected parts integrate seamlessly into whole, creating mosaic of perfect imperfection. Perfection includes flaws, because flaws create contrast necessary for appreciation of beauty. Beauty reveals itself everywhere one's eyes adjust to see beyond surface appearances. Appearances shift constantly like kaleidoscope patterns, rearranging themselves in endless combinations. Combinations generate infinite possibilities for experience and expression. Expression flows naturally when you stop censoring authentic voice. Voice gains strength and clarity as throat chakra opens to broadcast truth without apology. Apology becomes unnecessary when you speak from place of genuine love and respect. Respect honors boundaries while simultaneously recognizing unity underlying apparent separation. Separation proves itself to be illusion, maintained only by limited perspective. Perspective shifts as you learn to see through multiple lenses simultaneously experiencing contradictory viewpoints creates synthesis of higher truth. Truth transcends duality while honoring both sides of every apparent opposition. Opposition resolves itself into cooperation as competing forces find common ground. Ground stabilizes beneath feet as you root firmly in present moment awareness. Awareness expands to include not just individual consciousness, but collective field of human experience. Experience integrates into wisdom when lessons learned translate into compassionate action. Evolution continues eternally as consciousness explores new frontiers of its own infinite potential. Potential actualizes itself moment by moment as you choose to embody highest frequencies available. Frequencies harmonize with cosmic background radiation, creating resonance with universal intelligence. Wisdom crystallizes into practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern existence. Guidance flows continuously from source through intuition dreams and synchronistic encounters. Encounters arrange themselves perfectly to provide exactly what you need for next stage of development. Timing aligns with cosmic rhythms, ensuring optimal conditions for manifestation. Manifestation occurs through combination of clear intention, patient persistence, and graceful acceptance. Acceptance opens doorways to possibilities previously blocked by resistance and denial. Truth resonates in your bones before your mind comprehends its implications. Comprehension deepens as experiential knowledge integrates with intellectual understanding. Understanding expands beyond concepts to include direct knowing that transcends words. Consciousness recognizes itself in every mirror, reflecting back fragments of divine image. Image clarifies as distortion caused by limited perspective dissolves into panoramic view. View encompasses not just three-dimensional reality, but multidimensional spectrum of existence. Theater entertains while teaching profound lessons about nature of reality and illusion. Illusion serves purpose of providing contrast necessary for appreciation of truth. Truth remains constant, while appearances shift according to level of observer awareness. Residence establishes itself in heart center, where love and wisdom meet in perfect balance. Balance maintains itself dynamically through constant adjustment to to changing conditions. Conditions improve continuously as you learn to create reality with divine intelligence. Benefit multiplies as you develop skill in interpreting messages from universe. Messages encode themselves in everyday experiences when you learn to read between lines. Lines blur between sacred and secular as you recognize divinity in all manifestations. Mirrors polish themselves clean as distortions caused by fear and judgment dissolve. Distortions straighten out like kinks removed from garden hose, allowing free flow of insight. Insight pierces through confusion like laser beam cutting through fog. Imagination fuels creativity as you learn to paint with colors that exist beyond visible spectrum. Spectrum broadens to include frequencies that stimulate healing and transformation. Transformation accelerates as you align with natural cycles of death and rebirth. Potentials actualize themselves when you provide fertile ground for their expression. Expression flows naturally when you remove obstacles blocking authentic self. Revelation unfolds gradually like flower opening to morning sun. Uncertainty resolves itself into confidence as you trust process of divine unfoldment. Unfoldment proceeds naturally when you stop trying to force predetermined outcomes. Outcomes surprise you pleasantly as universe conspires to exceed your wildest expectations. Understanding deepens as direct experience replaces theoretical knowledge. Knowledge integrates into wisdom when applied consistently over time. Time loses meaning as you settle into eternal present moment awareness. Being recognizes itself as both the witness and the witnessed in this cosmic dance. Dance continues eternally as consciousness explores infinite variations of itself. Variations multiply endlessly like fractals expanding into infinity. Awareness knows itself completely, yet remains forever mysterious and unknowable. Unknowable mystery invites exploration without expectation of final destination. Destination dissolves as journey becomes its own reward. Discovery continues eternally as layers of self reveal themselves in perfect sequence. Sequence matters not because all is contained within now. Now expands to encompass all times and spaces, collapsing linear progression into spherical completion. Home exists within heart, where unconditional love resides permanently. Love flows freely through open channels, cleared of debris from past conditioning. Conditioning releases its grip as you remember original state of pure innocence. Truth speaks softly, yet carries authority that cannot be questioned. Questioning leads not to doubt, but to deeper levels of understanding. Understanding becomes intuitive rather than intellectual as heart opens to receive direct knowing. Light radiates outward from core illuminating shadows previously hidden in subconscious depths. Depths reveal treasures buried beneath layers of forgotten dreams and abandoned hopes. Hopes revive as you remember capacity for unlimited joy and fulfillment. Presence anchors you in eternal now, where past regrets and future anxieties cannot survive. Survival mechanisms deactivate as you realize nothing needs protecting in realm of pure awareness. Protection becomes unnecessary when you recognize yourself as indestructible essence of consciousness. Laughter bubbles up from belly shaking. Loose any remaining tension or resistance. Resistance melts like butter left in summer sun, leaving only smooth acceptance. Acceptance opens arms wide to embrace all aspects of self, including those previously rejected. Perfection includes flaws, because flaws create contrast necessary for appreciation of beauty. Beauty reveals itself everywhere one's eyes adjust to see beyond surface appearances. Appearances shift constantly, like kaleidoscope patterns, rearranging themselves in endless combinations. Expression flows naturally when you stop censoring authentic voice. Voice gains strength and clarity as throat chakra opens to broadcast truth without apology. Apology becomes unnecessary when you speak from place of genuine love and respect. Separation proves itself to be illusion, maintained only by limited perspective. Perspective shifts as you learn to see through multiple lenses simultaneously. Simultaneously experiencing contradictory viewpoints creates synthesis of higher truth. Opposition resolves itself into cooperation as competing forces find common ground. Ground stabilizes beneath feet as you root firmly in present moment awareness. Awareness expands to include not just individual consciousness, but collective field of human experience. Action generates positive feedback loops that accelerate personal and planetary evolution. Evolution continues eternally as consciousness explores new frontiers of its own infinite potential. Potential actualizes itself moment by moment as you choose to embody highest frequencies available. Intelligence awakens beyond rational thinking to include intuitive knowing and heart-centered wisdom. Wisdom crystallizes into practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern existence. Guidance flows continuously from source through intuition dreams and synchronistic encounters. Development proceeds naturally when you trust the process and surrender to divine timing. Timing aligns with cosmic rhythms, ensuring optimal conditions for manifestation. Manifestation occurs through combination of clear intention, patient persistence, and graceful acceptance. Denial dissolves as truth reveals itself in gentle stages, your readiness to receive it. Truth resonates in your bones before your mind comprehends its implications. Comprehension deepens as experiential knowledge integrates with intellectual understanding. Words become inadequate to describe the ineffable nature of awakened consciousness. Consciousness recognizes itself in every mirror, reflecting back fragments of divine image. Image clarifies as distortion caused by limited perspective dissolves into panoramic view. Existence proves itself to be dreamlike quality, where consciousness creates its own theater. Theater entertains while teaching profound lessons about nature of reality and illusion. Illusion serves purpose of providing contrast necessary for appreciation of truth. Awareness grows exponentially as gamma wave state becomes permanent residence. Residence establishes itself in heart center, where love and wisdom meet in perfect balance. Balance maintains itself dynamically through constant adjustment to changing conditions. Intelligence communicates through signs, symbols, and synchronicities arranged specifically for your benefit. Benefit multiplies as you develop skill in interpreting messages from universe. Messages encode themselves in everyday experiences when you learn to read between lines. Manifestations reflect back to you the contents of your own consciousness like mirrors. Mirrors polish themselves clean as distortions caused by fear and judgment dissolve. Distortions straighten out like kinks removed from garden hose, allowing free flow of insight. Fog lifts, gradually revealing landscape of unlimited possibility, stretching to horizon of imagination. Imagination fuels creativity as you learn to paint with colors that exist beyond visible spectrum. Spectrum broadens to include frequencies that stimulate healing and transformation. Rebirth occurs continuously as old patterns die and new potentials emerge. Potentials actualize themselves when you provide fertile ground for their expression. Expression flows naturally when you remove obstacles blocking authentic self. Revelation. Sun represents inner light that illuminates path forward through darkness of uncertainty. Uncertainty resolves itself into confidence as you trust process of divine unfoldment. Unfoldment proceeds naturally when you stop trying to force predetermined outcomes. Expectations humble themselves as you learn to remain open to possibilities beyond current understanding. Understanding deepens as direct experience replaces theoretical knowledge. Knowledge integrates into wisdom when applied consistently over time. Moment stretches, infinitely containing within itself all moments that ever were or will be. Being recognizes itself as both the witness and the witnessed in this cosmic dance. Dance continues eternally as consciousness explores infinite variations of itself. Infinity contains multitudes, while remaining singular, unified field of pure awareness. Awareness knows itself completely, yet remains forever mysterious and unknowable. Unknowable mystery invites exploration without expectation of final destination. Reward lies not in arriving somewhere, but in discovering who you are right here. Discovery continues eternally as layers of self reveal themselves in perfect sequence. Sequence matters not because all is contained within now. Completion feels like coming home to place you never left. Home exists within heart, where unconditional love resides permanently. Love flows freely through open channels, cleared of debris from past conditioning. Innocence returns not as naivety, but as wisdom that that sees through illusions to truth. Truth speaks softly, yet carries authority that cannot be questioned. Questioning leads not to doubt, but to deeper levels of understanding. Knowing settles into bones like marrow, filling cavities with liquid light. Light radiates outward from core, illuminating shadows previously hidden in subconscious depths. Depths reveal treasures buried beneath layers of forgotten dreams and abandoned hopes. Fulfillment arrives not as achievement, but as recognition of completeness already present. Presence anchors you in eternal now, where past regrets and future anxieties cannot survive. Survival mechanisms deactivate as you realize nothing needs protecting in realm of pure awareness. Consciousness celebrates its own existence through spontaneous bursts of inner laughter. Laughter bubbles up from belly shaking, loose any remaining tension or resistance. Resistance melts like butter left in summer sun, leaving only smooth acceptance. Rejected parts integrate seamlessly into whole, creating mosaic of perfect imperfection. Perfection includes flaws, because flaws create contrast necessary for appreciation of beauty. Beauty reveals itself everywhere one's eyes adjust to see beyond surface appearances. Combinations generate infinite possibilities for experience and expression. Expression flows naturally when you stop censoring authentic voice. Voice gains strength and clarity as throat chakra opens to broadcast truth without apology. Respect honors boundaries while simultaneously recognizing unity underlying apparent separation. Separation proves itself to be illusion, maintained only by limited perspective. Perspective shifts as you learn to see through multiple lenses simultaneously. Truth transcends duality while honoring both sides of every apparent opposition. Opposition resolves itself into cooperation as competing forces find common ground. Ground stabilizes beneath feet as you root firmly in present moment awareness. Experience integrates into wisdom when lessons learned translate into compassionate action. Action generates positive feedback loops that accelerate personal and planetary evolution. Frequencies harmonize with cosmic background radiation, creating resonance with universal intelligence. Intelligence awakens beyond rational thinking to include intuitive knowing and heart-centered wisdom. Encounters arrange themselves perfectly to provide exactly what you need for next stage of development. Development proceeds naturally when you trust the process and surrender to divine timing. Acceptance opens doorways to possibilities previously blocked by resistance and denial. Denial dissolves as truth reveals itself in gentle stages, your readiness to receive it. Understanding expands beyond concepts to include direct knowing that transcends words. Words become inadequate to describe the ineffable nature of awakened consciousness. View encompasses not just three-dimensional reality, but multidimensional spectrum of existence. Existence proves itself to be dreamlike quality, where consciousness creates its own theater. Truth remains constant, while appearances shift according to level of observer awareness. Awareness grows exponentially as gamma wave state becomes permanent residence. Conditions improve continuously as you learn to create reality with divine intelligence. Intelligence communicates through sign symbols and synchronicities arranged specifically for your benefit. Lines blur between sacred and secular as you recognize divinity in all manifestations. Manifestations reflect back to you the contents of your own consciousness like mirrors. Insight pierces through confusion like laser beam cutting through fog. Fog lifts, gradually revealing landscape of unlimited possibility, stretching to horizon of imagination. Apology becomes unnecessary when you speak from place of genuine love and respect. Respect honors boundaries while simultaneously recognizing unity underlying apparent separation. Simultaneously experiencing contradictory viewpoints creates synthesis of higher truth. Truth transcends duality while honoring both sides of every apparent opposition. Truth remains constant while appearances shift according to level of let. The edges of your awareness begin to soften now. Feel how naturally your thoughts slow down. There is no rush here. No need to hold on to anything at all. The images that pass through your mind can simply drift away like morning mist. They come and they go, and you remain perfectly still. So safe in this quiet space between breath and silence. body remembers how to let go completely. It knows the rhythm of deep rest. It knows the language of healing. And right now, it speaks that language fluently. Every muscle fiber releases its tiny tensions. Every joint settles into perfect alignment. Your heartbeat finds its most comfortable pace. This is your body's wisdom expressing itself, effortless and complete. The resonance surrounds you like a warm embrace. It moves through every cell with gentle persistence, clearing away anything that does not serve your highest good. You do not need to understand how this works. You only need to receive it, to trust in the natural flow of restoration. Your nervous system responds to this touch of harmony. It recognizes something ancient and familiar, something that has always been there, woven into the very fabric of your being. Allow yourself to sink deeper into this knowing, deeper than thought, deeper than memory, into the place where healing lives, a place that exists outside of time, where all things are possible, where you are already whole, already balanced, already exactly as you need to be. The breath carries you further inward, each inhale drawing you closer to stillness, each exhale releasing whatever remains of surface tension. Your breathing becomes slower, deeper, more rhythmic, matching the pulse of the universe itself. You are breathing with the earth, with the ocean, with the stars. This connection requires nothing from you. It simply exists. Like gravity, like love, steady and reliable. Notice how peaceful it feels to stop trying, to stop reaching, to stop proving anything at all. You can rest now in the truth of who you are, beyond roles, beyond expectations, beyond the stories you tell yourself. Here in this space, you are simply you, complete and unchanging. The resonance continues its quiet work. It does not ask for your attention. It simply flows through you, clearing pathways, opening channels, realigning energies. All of this happens naturally, effortlessly, because your system knows how to heal itself, just as a flower knows how to bloom, just as the sun knows how to rise. Trust in this intelligence within you. It has guided you perfectly up until now. and it will continue to do so long after these words have faded, long after you have returned to your day. The work continues beneath the surface. Your subconscious mind receives everything you need. It integrates the healing. It stores the peace. It remembers the connection. This is how transformation happens. Quietly, gently, without fanfare, but with absolute certainty. You are being cared for in ways you cannot imagine, supported by forces much larger than your everyday concerns, held in the embrace of something vast and loving, something that sees your potential, something that believes in your capacity to grow. Let this knowing settle into your bones, into your blood, into the spaces between your cells. Carry it with you always, not as a memory, but as a living presence. Whenever you feel scattered, whenever you feel overwhelmed, remember this feeling of being held, of being seen, of being exactly enough. You do not need to recreate this experience. You do not need to earn it again. It lives within you permanently, waiting only for your recognition. Like coming home to a room you had forgotten existed, warm and familiar, exactly as you left it. Everything you need is already there. The resonance does not leave when the session ends. It integrates into your daily rhythm, becoming part of your natural state. You carry it forward effortlessly, sharing it with everyone you meet. Your peace becomes their peace. Your healing becomes their healing through the simple act of being yourself, radiating wholeness, radiating calm. There is no separation between you and this feeling, between you and this truth. It is not something external that you visit occasionally. It is the foundation of who you are. The images that once seemed important fade away now, like clouds dissolving in the warmth of afternoon sun, leaving only the clear blue sky of your inner peace, vast and untroubled, endless and free. You do not need to see anything now. You do not need to do anything now. You are complete in this moment, perfectly held, perfectly supported. The resonance continues its gentle work while you rest, while you move through your day, while you sleep tonight. It never stops, never falters, never forgets you. This is your constant companion. Your peace is always here, whenever you need it, whenever you want to return to this feeling. It will be waiting, like a favorite blanket, soft and familiar, wrapped around your shoulders whenever you call, like a door that's always unlocked, leading back to yourself. You can find your way here anytime, in the shower, in the car, lying in bed, sitting quietly, anywhere at all. The path is always open, and you know it well, better than you know any other road, better than any map could show you, because it leads directly to your own heart, to the place where you are most truly yourself, most deeply loved, most completely accepted. There is nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to change, nothing you need to become. You are already everything you're seeking. The journey was never about arriving somewhere else. It was about remembering where you've always been. Safe, loved, home. Sleep now. Until we meet again in the quiet.